Hello, my friends. It's the Crypto Lunatic bringing you moonshots from the Lunar Café. And today I have brought you an absolute moonshot. But this one, I've gone deeper than most of the cryptos I review because this one looks exciting. But like anything that I talk about, it's not financial advice. I'm not currently invested in Realio Network, and I am not paid by the company to make this video. So this is a completely neutral review. With all of that in mind, let me take you on a little journey. So I saw some small channel talk about this coin, and I do like to look at small channels occasionally, and that's how I found this network. And decided to look into it. But more importantly, I've been playing with AI prompts today, my lunatic friends. So I've really encouraged them to do a deeper dive into the project. Now, those of you that know me will know this is not my degen zone, which is under 10 million that I normally go for. This is a slightly more established project. But having said that, look at this, the fully diluted value. Now, a lot of the moonshots I talk about, around about 10 to 20% of the total supply is out. So their fully diluted value is significantly higher than this. But this, straight off the bat, what I like about it is that 97%, over 97% of the total supply are in circulation. And this is phenomenal. For a tiny low cap project, this is phenomenal, which makes this officially as degen as the other stuff that I talk about, except it's got much healthier tokenomics, much healthier. So this is a really, really good start to the review. So let's look here. Now, this isn't some new project. This is something that came on the market here back in September 2024, which I suppose is relatively, oh, that's the 1 year. No, let's go back a bit. Let's go back in time. So back in June of 2020, this was launched at 19 cents. And you can see it's been up, it's been down, it's been up, it's been down. But what you'll see when it's down, if you look at the price there, look, it's round about the level it's at now. Well, 14. It's been down to 14. But look, this seems to be the base. It does spike up occasionally, and it spiked up here back in April last year to $2.37, and again here back in December 2024 when the market was up. This was at $1.31. And now it has retraced back down to 24 cents. So what is going on with this crypto? What does it do? Now, if we go down, we see it's on a lot of exchanges. Look, over 4 pages worth, which is a good thing for a lower cap coin. We also see that it's got 53,000 holders, which is another very good thing. This, well, that looks not so good on the surface, but I'm going to explain why that's not such a bad thing. But let's look at about Realio. What is it? It's a platform that describes itself as an end-to-end blockchain-based service, software as a service platform for the issuance, investment, and life cycle of digital securities and crypto assets. It aims to combine access to 100% on-chain, decentralized P2P exchange with features and ensure issuance investment platform in order to merge enterprise-grade blockchain and cryptocurrency solutions with institutional quality investment vehicles. Now, if that seems a little bit confusing, what this is doing is providing a bridge between the old world and the new world of crypto and blockchain. This is the tokenization of real world assets, and this is looking to bring some institutional grade investment vehicles from one world into the new world. And I did the little thing here and asked, what are people saying about Rio? Look at this. You can read through this if you want. It's an ascending triangle pattern that's bullish. Um, it's post it's post WW3. I hope that's not World War III adoption, institution adoption. And this is where acronyms go wrong. So you can read through this. So the warning mixed conclusion. Consensus on Rio leans cautiously bullish, fueled by real world assets sector growth. Now, this is a sector, the real world assets tokenization, that I do believe will be big. So let's look a little bit deeper. Let's look at the contract explorers soul scan. And here we go to holders. And we see that big allocation is on Radium, which is an exchange. So this is not so it's not so sinister that they're sitting on the exchange and they're not being held by some mad whale that could dump on the market. Unless Radium, of course, decides to dump on the market. But this is a Radium wallet as well. So the tokenomics, let's go on their social media. Now, we see here, it's not investment advice. It's eliminating barriers to invest in, trade and leverage digital REPE and real world assets through DeFi. So this is creating that bridge. And what we see here is over 100,000 followers. Now, for a fairly small cap coin, that's still fairly good. And look at this for engagement. That was on May the 12th, of course, pinned. But here on August the 1st, we've got 1K of people engaging with this. Because there's people following this and engaging. Look, the engagement. And that was last month. Well, actually, it's the 1st of September now, so it's just over a month ago. But we're seeing good engagement figures here, my friends. There's people engaging with this social media page. Now, yes, it could be bots. It could be. But look, the comments as well. Comments. A lot of comments going in. So this is a very active X account. Let's look here. This is their website. A Web3 ecosystem for digital and real world assets, an interoperable layer one multi-chain Web3 ecosystem focused on the issuance and management of digitally native real world assets. Purpose built and designed for a new open source permissionless financial world. So just a few stats here, but look at this. 69,000 holders. Now that's slightly different to the figure that we saw earlier, but either way, it's a lot of holders. They've got an investment platform, they've got their own wallet, and they've got liquidity mining funds. Tokenization, it's compliant. Now, here's the new thing that I've added to my reviews. I've really been working on prompts, AI prompts, and I've done a comprehensive prompt here. So you can read through most of this. I'm just going to give you the highlights. So I've done a comprehensive deep dive into lots of areas. Now, AI, we take it with a pinch of salt. We're not going to take this as absolute gospel, but this is an idea of what to look for. So Realio Network is a multi-chain layer one platform leading the real world asset tokenization, specifically targeting regulated. Now, this is big, regulated, this word here, regulated markets, such as real estate and private equity. Its comprehensive evaluation, market position, and on-chain data reveal a robust, compliant DeFi contender with a deep institutional and retail ambitions. So you can read through these if you want. So there's a few things I've really gone to town with asking it what to research here. So the total value locked estimated at 82 million. So whether that is the case now, or whether this is outdated data, I'm not sure. But that's impressive if that's anywhere close to being true. So the tokenomics are what I really like about this. I've asked it to identify the niche. It bridges illiquid, high-value, real-world assets to Web3 using on-chain tokenization. Now, a lot of this language to people new to crypto, it sounds gobbledygooky, but this is doing clever things. You can read through this should you wish to. Its competitors are Centrifuge, which I've done a review on, Ondo Finance and Tangible, comparable but less integrated or compliant. Those other platforms. Here's the on-chain metrics. Now, again, unique addresses, steady monthly growth. It's growing. You can look at this. Now, here's where I've gone into. Now, from my background in funding, one thing that I know investors look for in traditional businesses, for startups, for business funding, is the strength and track record of the team, which is why I've dug into this, because this is important. So the first thing that you can see all of who the team are. Now, in Web3, that's significant because a lot of them are hidden. But look, we've got track records here. An ex-commercial real estate developer who transitioned into blockchain fundraising and has delivered multiple projects, proven compliance focus. Now, working with compliance and the government and regulation is going to be a big thing and massively reduces the risk of derailment by changing regulations. So, Aaron Gooch, deep blockchain infrastructure with smart contract programming, ex Algorand. So this guy's got track record. It's a big established layer one. Track records, track records, track records. Team history over 6 years working together. So there you go. And they're based in New York. And here I've got them to rate them. Now, these are massively high. Very rarely do you get an overall average like this. These are very high ratings. I've asked them to rate the team. Impressive, very impressive. So you can read through this. Again, this is deep level research that I've gone into, or I've got AI to do. But here's a table to bring it alive. I've got it to rate a percentage of unique selling point, the market demand, the competitive position. And I've been running this through loads of cryptos, and they're averaging around about 60%. Averaging. On the projects I've put in, I've been getting 60 somethings% on average in these. Now, this blew me away. When I saw this, I thought I've got to do a review on it, and overall 85%. This is unbelievable. Here's another one, undervaluation indicators. So again, you can read through these or you can look at the percentages. And again, I've run a lot of projects through this algorithm, this research algorithm, and we're averaging about 60 to 65%. Look at this. It's absolutely blowing people away. It was blown me away, 84%. I'm seeing averages of around about 63 on all of the other projects. Deep undervalued. Deep undervalued. Synthesis and actionable intelligence. So again, you can read through this should you wish to. But you've seen the percentages. So there's the methodology and sources. So the bottom line is, my friends, based on my new prompt to do deeper level research on this one, it's blown away the other projects I've looked into today through the team transparency, the tokenomics, and the entry point. I believe that this is a cracking entry point. And having done this review, I may circle back and look into it and invest in it myself because this looks really, really solid. But that's not investment advice. That's for you to decide, my friend. And if you've enjoyed this review and you want more of the same, of finding these gems before they pop and simplifying the language of crypto, then do subscribe to the channel to get more of the same. If you want another one of my videos, you'll find that just there. But either way, stay lunatic, have fun, and make money with crypto.